Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 5, working for you.
Now at 5, a local landmark devastated by flames.
We're getting tips from every area of Bedford County. People care about this building and care about the history.
The next steps in the search for who's responsible, including the evidence police found inside the historic school.
Plus, a push to increase minimum wage.
And I think a lot of our employees here are getting set up for the future and are able to move up in the business as well.
How the debate in Richmond could impact Southwest Virginia.
And containing the outbreak as new cases of the coronavirus emerge in the United States.
You never know what you could be exposed to.
What you need to know to protect your family.
But first tonight, heavy rain moves across the region.
Yeah, we've been dealing with these soggy conditions all day long. We want to give you a live look at downtown Roanoke from our Virginia Tech Carillion Skycam as the very cold, very wet weather continues.
For more on when it might end, we want to check in with meteorologist Delaney Warden today. Delaney, what do you think?
It's going to be another several hours that we're dealing with this rain. So if you have any plans outdoors this evening, definitely bring them inside. We're going to continue to track this rain. In fact, this is the heaviest of the rain that we've been seeing throughout the day, and it's going to continue. You can see a heavier band of rain that has moved past Roanoke, stopping the clock here. We can see this rain extending back towards areas such as Chatham. This system moving a little bit faster. It's that system back towards the NRV that we are continuing to see just widespread heavy rain. And they've already picked up quite a bit of rain in this area today. So with more rain on top of that, definitely dealing with that threat for flooding this evening. Now, as we focus back towards areas such as Bedford, also some very heavy rain. So if you're heading outdoors within the next few hours, the system does cross along 81 up towards the Highlands, even Covington picking up on some heavy rain as well. Also could be dealing with some gusty winds with this system. I'm going to time all of this out for you and bring you an update here in your full forecast.
All right, thank you, Delaney. We are following breaking news tonight as police confirm that arson is to blame for the massive fire at the old Bedford Middle School yesterday that you see beside me here. This comes as investigators get inside the building for the very first time. 10 News reporter Magda Lusant tells us what she saw on scene.
Now that firefighters have finally gotten inside, their job today is to comb through the room they believe the fire started in. Police are still looking for this person carrying a backpack who appears to be going up some stairs in the old Bedford Middle School. While officers have been receiving countless tips from the community about this person, they're closer to finding out how this fire started. Police tell us they have proof this person attempted multiple times to start a fire throughout different parts of the building. Investigators tell us they found accelerant. Our cameras were rolling as we watched them carry it out in evidence bags. We even saw a canine from the Pittsylvania County Sheriff's Office on scene, there specifically to sniff out the material.
Where the dog alerted and the areas the dog alerted, there should not have been accelerants in those areas.
We're getting tips from every area of Bedford County. People care about this building and care about the history. So everybody wants the person who did this to face whatever responsibility they have for their actions.
The fire marshal tells me the building is a total loss. On 10 News at 6, we'll tell you about the structural damage firefighters faced today and who they had to call for help. In Bedford, I'm Magda Lusant, 10 News, working for you.
Tonight, the Newport News Police Department is mourning the loss of one of their own. Officer Katie Thine was conducting a traffic stop last night when the driver took off, dragging her down the road. The car then hit a tree, pinning the 24-year-old between the car door and the tree. She was rushed to the hospital where she died. The police chief got emotional today when he spoke about the loss.
It's okay to cry, I hope. Officer Thine is our family, and that's how she'll be treated and remembered.
Thine leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter. The driver of the car was arrested and is facing dozens of charges. Justin, in the newsroom, one person is in custody after a stabbing at a hotel in Danville this afternoon. Police say it happened after the suspect got into an argument with a male employee at the Travel Inn on West Main Street. The 40-year-old employee is expected to survive. Officers say 30-year-old Raheem Lee is charged with malicious wounding.
And the case against a Wythe County couple charged in connection to the death of a 3-year-old girl is moving forward. According to court documents, a grand jury indicted the mother, Kimberly Moore, and her boyfriend, Adrian Puckett, for felony child abuse. As we've reported, Josie Burleson was found dead in the New River last July. The sheriff says that they were using meth when the girl wandered off and drowned. Puckett is set to enter a plea in March, while Moore has another hearing coming up in April.
3 men are now facing charges after a string of robberies in Central Virginia last year. According to the Campbell County Sheriff's Office, Shaheem Williams, Taquanta Moore, and Trayvon Brandon, who are all from South Boston, have been indicted. The robberies happened at the Waffle House on Timberlake Road in July and the Brookneal Dollar General in September. Deputies say 2 came inside with a gun and demanded money. During both of those incidents, no one was hurt.
Well, the debate over an increase to the minimum wage in Virginia continues this week. Democrats and other supporters are hopeful that the change will happen this year after the party took control of the legislature back in November. 10 News reporter Tommy Lopez shows us how some will benefit, but why others say it'll do more harm than good.
Hi, ladies. How are y'all today?
Jesse Luke's hourly pay went up this month as the company that owns Rosie's Gaming Emporium in Vinton increased its lowest wages.
That means now I can save for my future. I'm able to pay off bills in the past that I've just put to the side. I'm able to save up for trips. I'm able to help out my family members when need be.
Large corporations like Amazon and Walmart have also voluntarily upped their lowest hourly rate.
Y'all doing all right? I think that they realize that their company's running so well because of their employees, and it's nice to actually feel appreciated, and getting a pay increase definitely shows their appreciation.
Supporters rallied for these bills at Virginia's Capitol this week. One would steadily increase the amount from $7.25 an hour to $9 this year, $11 the next, then $13, reaching $15 in 2023. But many oppose the increase, including Republicans like Delegate Joe McNamara, who represents Roanoke County and owns this ice cream shop in Salem.
Arlington is not Abington or Danville or Roanoke, and many of us are concerned that a broad brush intended panacea that we're using is going to negatively impact the very people we're trying to help.
He says forcing small businesses like his to pay its employees more squeezes them too tight. It'll lead to fewer total jobs, and teenagers will be hurt the most.
McNamara points out that pay already tends to be higher in Northern Virginia, meaning an increase would impact our region more. All bills in both houses are in committees. I'm Tommy Lopez, 10 News, working for you.
A last chance to make their case in the impeachment trial of President Trump. Today, House managers focused on the obstruction of Congress charge and how they believe the president blocked their investigation into his activities regarding Ukraine. As we head into day 3, many in the Senate Republican majority are unconvinced.
Heard that the case is overwhelming, that they've made the case, and yet maybe they should have thought about that before they brought it over.
Senate Democrats say they want to hear real counter-arguments from the president's defense team, which is up next.
Don't care to hear finger-pointing at the House and how they conducted an investigation. What I want to hear is their facts and circumstances to disprove what we've heard so far.
An abbreviated session is expected for tomorrow. We'll continue to bring you coverage on air and online at WSLS.com.
Going from books to beer, this is a live look from the new brewery that just opened in Blacksburg. We'll explain what sets it apart from others in the area.
Plus, it's the final stretch after a decade of planning in Tokyo. How the host city and Team USA are both getting ready for the 2020 Summer Games.